Okay, so dear student, I am Rakesh Jain from Gyanvir University. Today we will solve a complex numerical related to superposition theorem. Related to superposition theorem. Okay, so first of all, just see this MS Paint file. Yes, are you able to see on the screen this question? Yes, are you able to see? Yes, very good. So this is my question. We have to solve this question. We have to find out the current I which is given in question in branch AB with the help of superposition theorem. So I write down the name of the topic once again. Superposition theorem. Okay. We have to solve this question with the help of superposition theorem. First of all, just see this question. And how many sources are there? How many sources? Just see. So 24 volt. First of all, I just to copy this. So if any modification or anything I will do, you will not get confused. So now see this. Okay, this is your question. You have to find out the current I with the help of superposition theorem. How many sources are there? One is 24 volt. One is this 24 volt source. One source is of 14 volt, in which is a upper side and negative. This is like this one. This is this one actually like this. Okay, so upper is plus and bottom is minus. And the third source is 6 ampere. So two voltage sources and one current source is there. Okay, because according to the question is given that you have to find out the current in I with the help of which theorem? With the help of superposition theorem. So superposition theorem states that while finding anything with the help of superposition theorem, just consider one source at a time. And find out the answer. That is not your final answer. That is one step. Okay. How many sources are there? There are 3 sources. It means 3 steps should be there. In one step, consider one source and find out the answer. Second step, consider second source and find out the answer. And in third step, consider third source and find out the answer. After this, in final step, sum of all those step answer will be your final answer. While considering single source at a time, remove the other sources. In step number first, consider one source and remove the other sources. How you can remove the other sources? If current source is there, then open it. If current source is there, then open it. And if voltage source is there, then short it. So how you can remove any source? Whenever current source is there, remove it by open circuit, and whenever voltage source is there, remove it by short circuit. So we are going to solve this. So let's suppose in step number first, I consider this 24 volt. Okay, and remove don't want this 6 ampere source and don't consider this 14 volts. I want to remove them. Okay, so now I am going to write down the step first. So number first is what? Any source you can consider 24 volt and remove those 2 sources. Either you can consider 6 ampere source, remove these sources. So any one is your step number first. So step first is what? Consider only 24 volt source. Okay, so of these two sources should be removed. So how you can remove them? See, just remove this voltage source by short circuit. So just I short circuited this. Okay, just remove this current source by open circuit. So I open it. I open it. Okay, so when I open it, now what will happen? There is no meaning of this line branch. Okay, so now your question, there is also no meaning of this branch. Okay, so this one is here. Now you have to find out the current I. So now remove this I as a I1. Okay, now remove. What is the current through this 2 ohm resistance? Because this is first step, so I consider this as I1. Okay, now how to find out this current? Very simple. You can apply mesh analysis, you can apply nodal analysis, anything. So let's suppose what I have to find, I have to find the current through this 2 ohm resistor in each step, then finally add addition of those all steps will be the actual current through this 2 ohm. So with the help of superposition theorem, what I did first, in step number first, I remove all the sources and consider only 24 voltage source. So there was a presence of 14 volt source. To remove it, I just short it. So in green color you just see the short circuiting, and 6 ampere source is also present. So I remove it by open circuit. So when I open it, there is no meaning of that branch, so I remove that complete branch. Now I have to find out the current through this 2 ohm resistor. So with the help of mesh analysis we can easily find out. So there are two closed loop, one is this one and second one is this one. There are two closed loop. So how to solve with the mesh analysis? Just direction current in the same direction. So this one is my first current. Let's suppose this current is my I1. This current is, let's suppose, I1. Okay, because this is our first mesh, so I denote it by I1. And this is in the same direction, so clockwise also. Now this is my second current, I2. I apply the mesh analysis and find out the current through 2 ohm. Now what will be my answer? Because from 2 ohm only I1 current passes, that's why I1 is my answer of step number first. So write down first the equation for first mesh and second mesh. So see, for the first mesh, I start from this point, my current is I1, so I go here, so 3I1, because from this I go from left to right, because my direction of I1 is this one, from left to right. Okay, so 3I1, because my current is I1, that's why I write down it being positive. So 3I1 is positively, I write down 3I1. Okay, I just increase the font size first of all. Okay, 3I1. Now with this 3 ohm current, one more current is passes, that is I2, but in opposite direction. I am going from left to right, but this I2 current goes from right to left. It means both current are opposite, but because I am writing down the equation for first mesh, that's why I1 current is positive and consider this I2 current as negative. So 3I1 minus 3I2. Okay, you can also check it by mesh analysis videos, so you will understand what I want to say. Now uh, 3i1 branch is completed. Now I come from top to bottom to this 2 ohm. Only one current is passes, that is I1, that is my current. So plus 2i1 is also there, plus 2i1, plus 2i1. Okay, there. So okay, so 3i1 minus 3i2 plus 2i1, that is equal to 0 is my equation number 1, is my equation number 1. Okay, so I can simplify it. So 3i1 plus 2i1, that is 5i1. So that is 5i1 minus 3i2. So minus 3i2, and that is equal to 0. That is equal to 0. Now this is my equation number 1 actually. This is my equation number 1 actually. I just simplified that above. So I just remove this equation 1, and from here I just simplify this and find out it is equation number 1. Okay, so this is equation number 1 in first step. Now I see the second mesh. Okay, I start from here. See from black color, so you will not confuse. I start from here. So first the plus sign of the battery come. So write down this plus. So 24 is this one. 24 is this one. Okay. Okay. Then 6 ohm resistance will be there, and no other current passes through 6 ohm. Only I2 passes. So consider this as 6i2 with positive sign because my current I2. Now I come here. See, 3 ohm resistance is there. No other current those 3 ohm. So my current is I2. So write down with positive sign plus 3i2. Now I go from this next 3 ohm resistance. Okay, from right left. But see, one more current I is also passes through this from left to right. Okay, so both current are opposite, but because I am writing down the equation for I2 mesh, so my current is positive, so plus 3i2 is there, and the I1 current is negative. So I1 current is negative, and that is equal to 0. Okay, now see what is the simplification of this. How many I1 are there? Only 3i1 is there, so minus 3i1. Okay, how many I2 is there? How many I2 is there? 3i2 plus 3i2 plus I2, 6, 12i2. So this one is 12i2. 6i2 plus 3i2 plus 3i2. 6 plus 3i2 is 9i2 plus 3i2. So 2i2 down in subscript, so you will not confuse. Okay, now 12i2. Okay, so and at the right hand side is this 24 will be moved, so this will be minus 24, and now this is my equation number 2. So only 2 meshes, only 2 equations required. Now I solve this equation and find out the answer of I1, because I1 is the current through 2 ohm, which I have to find out with the help of superposition theorem. So now we are going to solve these two steps. Two equations. This is my equation number 1, and this is my equation number 2. That is very simple to solve this kind of equation. Just multiply the which one is the constant of I1 in equation number 2? That is minus, that is 3. Don't consider plus or minus. So multiply the above equation by What is the constant of the lower equation? The constant of upper equation of I1 is 5. So multiply this lower equation by 5. So now what they becomes? So 15I1 okay, now 3 multiplied by 3, that is 9I2, and that is equal to 0 multiplied by 3, that is 0. Okay, now the lower equation multiply. So minus 3 multiplied by 5, so minus 15I1. Okay, then plus 12 multiplied by 5, that is 60I2. Okay, and that is equal to minus 24 multiplied by 5, minus 24 multiplied by 5, that is 120. So minus 120. Minus 120. Now we are going to solve this. What? 50 is equal to minus 120. That is equal to minus I2. Find out. So I2 is equal to minus 120 divided by 51. When I check with calculator, minus 120 divided by 51. So now see, it will be minus 2.3529. So we can say minus 2 point. So I have to find out I1. So put this value of I2 in equation number 1, so that we will find out the value of I, which is my answer of step number 1. So I just do it here. See, 5I1. So 5I1 minus 3I2. So minus 3 and I2 is what? Minus 2.353, minus 2.353. Okay, and that is equal to 0. That is equal to 0. So now what is my answer? So 5I1 minus and minus plus 3 into 2.353. 3 multiplied by 2.353. So that is equal to 7.059. So what is my I1? That is equal to 0. That is equal to 0. So what is my I1? So I1 is minus this 7.059 will be moved at the right hand side. Minus 7.059 divided by 5. So now what will be the answer of I1? So I1 will be equal to minus 1.4118. Minus 1.4118. So this is the answer of step number 1. That is, the current through this 2 ohm resistance is, let's suppose, because this is step number 1, so I consider is as I1. So I1 is equal to 1.4118. So this is the completion of step first only. Superposition theorems, we are able to solve any question. Easily and find out the answer. Okay, so just see this one. So when I will remove it again, you will not confuse, because we have to do step number 2nd. Now this is the step number first answer, that is minus 1.4118. Now we are going to solve step number 2nd. Okay, we have to find out the current through 2 ohm resistor with the help of superposition theorem. This is step number first, which we consider only 24 volt source, and remove the resistance as I1. To step number you will also find. So step number first answer, consider only voltage 24 volt source, and I find the answer is this one. Okay, and I remove all the other things. You will see in video again if you want to see. Now step number second is what? 14 volt source. Okay, consider only 14 volt source. Okay, so now we want to consider only the 14 volt source. Consider only the 14 volt source. So what, now my diagram will be changed. Now see this one was my diagram, this one is the diagram. Now in this step I only consider 14 volt source. It means I remove 4 volt source. So when this source will be removed, what will happen? See, because this is a voltage source, so it can be removed by a short circuit only. So short circuit. Okay, and one current source is also removed, so this source is removed by open circuit. When I remove this one, no meaning of this branch, and no meaning of this wire, also no meaning of this wire branch. Now because this is step number second, okay, now we have to find out the current. Okay, now we have to find out the current again from this 2 ohm resistor. Okay, so now see, let's suppose, because otherwise we will again let's suppose there are 2 meshes, again we do the mesh analysis. So this is the direction of current, and consider this as the direction of current. Okay, and let's suppose this mesh current is I2. Okay, because we have to find out the current through this 2 ohm resistance, so definitely because this I1 current passes this 2 ohm, step number second answer is also I1. Okay, now we check. First, for the first mesh I am going to write down the equation. First I start with this 3 ohm resistance. Okay, because, and from this 3 ohm I am going from left to right side, but see, I2 current is also passes through this 3 ohm from right to left. That's why the current direction is opposite. But because I am writing Q, so I am going right now 3 I1, okay, minus the I2 current with negative sign, so minus 3 I2. Okay, then I come from top to bottom through this 2 ohm resistance, and no other current is there, and my current is I1, so I write down with positive sign, so plus 2 I1, plus no other current is there, so plus 2 I1. Okay, now I see this branch, and here no voltage source and no resistance is there, so there is no need to write down this. Now I go to upper side and see negative sign comes first. Negative sign first, 14 volt battery, so I write down with negative 14, and that is equal to 0. This is my equation number 1. So I simplify it, 5 by 1 minus 3 I2 minus 3 I2. Okay, with this green color. First I start with this. So only 6 ohm resistance is there, no other current is there. My current, because I am writing down the equation for second mesh, so my current is I2, write down with positive sign, so plus 6 I2. Okay, then I see here if there is no element, so there is no need to write down this. Now 3 ohm resistance is there, and no other current passes this 3 ohm, only I2 passes, so I write down plus 3 I2. My current is positive, so plus 3 I2. Now again see this one, I pass through this 3 ohm resistance from right to left, and one more current is also passes, that is I1 from left to right, so both current are opposite. but because I am writing down the equation for the second mesh, so I consider this as a positive and that current as a negative. Kindly wait for a while. The network is stopped. Kindly wait for a while. Yes. Okay, now you are able to see. I am going to write the equation for this 3 ohm resistance. I comes from 0. So this one will becomes second equation. So how many I1 are there? Minus 3 I1 is there. So minus 3 I1. Okay. How many I2 are there? 3 plus 3, 6 I2 are there. So plus 6 I2. And what is the constant? 6 plus 3, 9 I2 plus 3 I2. 12 I2 only. Sorry. 6 plus 3 plus 3. 12 I2. Okay. I write down this 2 with subscript. So you are not confused with the 12 and I2. And what is the constant? What is the constant? Constant is nothing. So minus 3 I1 plus 12 I2, that is equal to 0. Okay. Now we have to solve these two equations and find out the current through 2 ohm. That is my I1. So I have to find out the I1. So now I am going to this two equations. One equation is 5 I1 minus 3 I2 is equal to 14. This one. And second equation is minus 3 I1 plus 12 I2, that is equal to 0. Okay. So that is very easy to find out the answer. First I multiply the upper equation by the constant of the second equation. What is the constant of this second equation? 3. Don't see the plus or minus sign, only the constant. Multiply this equation by 3. And what is the constant of the second equation? First equation of I1, that is 5. So multiply the second equation by 5. Okay. So what will happen? They will comes now change. So 5 multiplied by 3, that is 15 I1. 3. 14 multiplied by 3, that is 42. Okay. Now what we just multiply the first equation by 3. Now see the second equation. What is second equation? Just multiply that equation, multiply by 5, that is minus 5 with, that is minus 15 I1. Okay. Plus 12 multiplied by 5, that is 60 I2. Okay. And that is equal to 5 multiplied by 0, that will be 0. Now we are going to solve these two equations. So see, these two terms will be cancelled out completely. 15 I1 minus 15 I1 will be cancelled out. Okay. 60 I2 minus 9 I2, that is 51 I2. That is 51 I2. And that is equal to, because only 42 is there, so 42. Okay. So what is I2? We will find out from here. So I2 is equal to 42 divided by 51. 42 divided by 51. And it is equal to, from the calculator I just check this answer. 42 divided by 51. This is equal to 0.8235. Okay, I write down 0.824. 0.824. Okay. but this is I out the I1. Just put this value of I2 in equation number 1 or 2. So I just put this value in equation number first. Now see at the topmost side. So 5 I1. So 5 I1 minus 3 I2. Minus 3 into I2. What is I2? 0.824. 0.824. That is equal to 14. That is equal to 14. That is equal to 14. So I1 is 5 I1 equal to this. We move to right hand side and will become to 472, 2.47. Okay. So what is I1? So I1 is equal to 14 plus 2.472, that is equal to 16.472, now divided by 5, so that will be equal to 3.2944. 3.2944 ampere. Okay, ampere. Okay, so this one is the conclusion of step number 2, and this one is the answer of step number 2. I find out the current from this 2 ohm resistance, and that is again in step number 2. So this is 3.2944. Okay, this one is the answer of step number 2. Now I see very carefully, 1 minute I am stopping myself, so you just see step number 2 again, then we will solve step number 3, and finally we add all of these steps, and that will be your final answer. So only step number 3 is required more, so step number 2 is completed. Okay, now I am removing all those things. Number 2. Okay, now we are going to see step number 3. Now we are going to see step number 3. And what is step number 3? Now consider the last source, 6 ampere source. So consider only 6 ampere source. Okay, consider only 6 ampere source. So now once again I draw this diagram. I leave it, but there is my diagram. This is 14 volt. Okay, just shift it. Okay, this is actually 14 volt. Huh? Okay, right down here. Okay, so now this one is my diagram. Okay, kindly wait. Just move them upper side. So because of lack of space, I just shifted it. Okay, now see. I only want to remove this source also, and only short circuit only, and now I want to find out the current through this 2 ohm resistance. I only want to find out the current through this 2 ohm resistance. So now see this one very carefully. This question is totally changed, because now in this case the current source is considered. Okay, now see very good. How many, with the help of say mesh analysis we can find out. So see, there are three meshes. So let's suppose this is my first mesh. Okay, my current is I1. Focus on that I1 is my answer only. No, in step particular step. Don't see the left hand side. Okay, don't I1 I2. My first answer is minus 31.4118. And what is my second step answer? Only consider them. Otherwise, step first answer is minus 1.4118. That is current through 2 ampere in step number 4. Now we are going to solve the step number 3 and find out the answer from the current from this 2 ohm resistance. And now this is my third mesh. And this is I3. Okay, now what will be the answer of this third step? Because from this 2 ohm resistance, how many currents are passes through this 2 ohm? One current is from top to bottom side, that one, and one current from bottom to top side, that is I2. So what is the current from this 2 ohm resistance? That is I1 minus I2. We have to find out in this step I1 minus my question in step number 3rd. That is my goal to find out in step number 3rd. So first of all, just see mesh first. So starting from this 3 ohm resistance, see only with this green color I am going to show you. I am going to write down the equation for first mesh. My current is I1. So this I1 current passes from this 3 ohm from left to right. Okay. More current passes those 3 ohm from right to left, that is I3. Because I am writing down the equation for first mesh, so my current is positive. So 3I1 plus 3I1, that is 3I1 minus, because I3 is in opposite direction, so minus 3I3. Okay. Now this this 2 ohm resistance, my current is I1, so I write down with positive, and it is this is write down to I2, and no other branch is required because there is no element in this bottom branch. Also there is no element in this branch, so now this is okay. Now this is equal to 0. This is my first equation. See very carefully. 2I2 3I equation number first. Okay, now see the equation number second very carefully. What is the second mesh? Second mesh current is, see with this blue color. Second mesh current is the current in this mesh, which I just show you with blue color in this mesh. Okay, now there is no need to write down the equation for the second mesh, because directly a current is given in for this mesh, that is of 6 ampere. That is 6 ampere current. It means the current in this mesh is 6 ampere. It means the current in this mesh is 6 ampere. Direction is bottom to top. It means I2 is minus 6 ampere. Once again I repeating this, because in the second mesh I denote the direction of the current as I2, but a direct current is given in the question itself, that is of 6 ampere. That is of 6 ampere. It means the second mesh current is nothing. It is I2. It is actually 6 ampere directly given. Second mesh current is I2 according to you, and according to the question, second mesh current is directly given 6 ampere. It means I2 is 6 ampere, but positive or negative For this, we check over direction and we check the direction of 6. That's why both are opposite. So I2 is equal to minus 6 ampere. I2 equal to minus 6. No need to write down the other mesh. I start from here. 6 I3 is there. Only one resistance is there. So 6 I3. So 6 I3. Okay. Then I pass from this 3 ohm right to left. So my current is I3, so I write down with positive. But I2 is also passes from this 3 ohm from left to right. So direction is opposite. So my current is I3. That's why I write down it with positive. So plus 3 I3. And because the other current is negative, so I write down with negative 3 I2. Okay. Now see, they also passes this 3 ohm resistance from right to left, but from this 3 ohm one more current is also passes from left to right. Direction is opposite, but because my current is I3, so I write down it with positive sign and the other current with negative sign. So plus what is the remove 6 I3. First I write down 6 I3. Kindly wait. Okay, I forget to write down the equation. First I write down for the 6 ohm 6 I3, then for the 3 ohm, then for once again I am telling you, for this 3 ohm I go to right to left and this I2 current go to left to right. So I write down my current with positive, so plus 3 I3, and the other current with negative sign, so minus 3 I2. Okay. Here so only minus 3 I1 is there. So minus 3 I1. Okay. How many I2 are there? Minus 3 I2 is there. Minus 3 I2. Okay. How many I3 are there? 6 I. Equation number third. This is equation number. What happened here? Kindly wait. Something is. This plus 3 I3. I am writing down because it remove minus 3 I1, that is equal to 0. Okay, so what is my equation number third? Minus 3 I1 minus 3 I1 minus 3 I2, so that is minus 3 I2 plus 12 I3 plus 12 I3, and that is equal to 0. This is my equation number third. This equation. So first, second and third equation are completed. 6 I3 plus 3 I3 minus 3 I2 plus 3 I3 minus 3 I1. So minus 3 I1 minus 3 I2 plus 12 I3 equal to 0. Okay. Now the three equations are completed. Now see, we already find out I2 is equal to minus 6. So just put this I2 value in equation number 1 and also put this I2 value in equation number 3. So now once again Now I am going to write down equation number 1 again. So 5I1. So 5I1 minus 2I2 minus 3I3. First I write down minus 3I3. Okay. When I put the I2 value, that is minus 6 at place of I2, then it will be minus 6 multiplied by minus 2, that is plus 12. When they will move to right hand side, that will be minus 12. Kindly don't confuse. Okay, let's suppose this is equation number 3. Okay, now I change the equation number first by writing down I2 value. So I just put this I2 value minus 6 at the place of I2, then I wave I1 and minus third. Now see the equation third, minus 3I1. So this is minus 3I1 and I only write down I3, so plus 12 I3. Okay, and at the place I2 I just put minus 6 minus 3, that is plus 8, this minus 6 in equation number third. At the place of minus 6, so minus 6 minus 3, that is plus 18. When they will move to right hand side, they will be minus 80. They will be minus 80. Okay, so this is equation number B. Now A and B to find out the value of I1. So that I have to find out the current from this 2 ohm. In this third step, the current for the one is I2. So the answer is I1 minus I2. So to find out I1 minus I2, I solve these all steps. So I already find I2. I already find I2 as minus out the I1. I solve this two equation A and B. So to solve these two equations, I create some space. So I remove this calculation from the left hand side. Okay. Now I have to solve these two steps. Now see very carefully. Multiply by that is 15I1. Okay, minus 3I3 multiplied by 3, that is 9I3. Okay, now only for 5 or 10 minutes this question will be completed, and that is equal to 3 multiplied by 12, so minus 36. Okay, now the 5 multiplied by this, so 60I3, and that is equal to minus 80 multiplied by minus 5, so minus 90. Okay, now we have to solve these two and find out the value. So I1 to I1 will be cancelled out. So 16 minus 9I3, that is 51I3. That is equal to minus 9 and minus 36. Minus 90 minus 36, that is equal to minus 126. Okay, so with the help of this we will find out I3. And what is I3? I3 is definitely minus 126 divided by 51. Divided by 51, and it will becomes minus 2.4705. So I consider minus 2.71. Minus 2.471. Okay, so this is I3, but we have to find out the value of I1. So that is to find out the value of I1. Now see, 5I1, so I write down 5I1 minus 3I3, so minus 3 multiplied by I3, and what is I3? Minus 2.471, minus 2.471 is equal to minus 12, it is equal to minus 12. Okay. Now what is my answer? So with the help of this equation, I will find out the answer of I1, and I directly write down this one. Kindly look at it. Minus 3 multiplied by minus 2.471. Minus 3 multiplied by minus 2.471, that will be equal to 7.413 plus. When they will move to right hand side, they will be minus 7.413, and at the right hand side minus 12 is already present, so they will be added 19.413. Now it is divided by 5, so that will be